Okay, so today we're going to be checking out the Firefly FFJA VI Baritone guitar. Well, it would appear that it has come in one piece, so that's good news. Shipped from China, arrived in less than a week probably, from Guitar's Garden. This is the Firefly brand. It gets tons of great reviews, especially compared to some of the other budget options from China. So when I found out about it, I was really intrigued. Looks pretty nice actually. It's not really super heavy either. You'd kind of expect it to be like massively heavy, but let's talk about the reason why this is very cool. I've built quite a few instruments from like Warmouth, parts casters, things like that. And they're great instruments and they make really, really high quality stuff. But even if you do a DIY kind of thing and you put everything together yourself, it can still add up. Even just the cost of a body, a neck, especially if you want binding or inlays or anything like that, is going to be quite a bit more expensive. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's see what the electronics sound like. Let's see if we have any issues. Well, as you can see, we've got kind of a standard looking Jazzmaster shaped body, which is really cool. It's got string through ferrules right there. It's just a hardtail bridge on the front, which this is really light, so it's crazy. But supposedly this is a mahogany body. Canadian maple neck and fretboard. Looks like we've got just die cast, regular tuners, nothing crazy. We've got a couple string trees. We've got, it looks like some kind of wannabe synthetic bone nut going on. One of the cool things about this that I was really, really intrigued by when I ordered it was it has stainless steel frets and they're ball end frets. So they actually feel phenomenal. There's no sharp edges, there's nothing really sticking out. We've got the neck plate here, and there's sort of like a weird black plastic bushing underneath. I'm not really sure if that's necessary or what that's all about. I don't know. I mean, honestly, the finish and the general quality of it look pretty damn good. It also has a reverse headstock, which can sometimes be a problem sourcing strings long enough. I guess once you get to bigger strings, it's not really an issue with like standard baritone strings, I don't think. But if you do want to do like a bass 6 tuning, which I do, there can be an issue with the taper starting too soon on the neck and not being past the nut. Now just for reference, I'll show you one of the other guitars that I've built from Warmouth. Okay, so this thing has been sort of through the ringer, but it's a fantastic guitar. It's not quite a 30-inch scale. This is the Warmouth baritone conversion neck. So it's 28, let's call it 28 and a half. So it's not quite as long as the Firefly, but it's still plenty long. So this is an 84 gauge and, well, that probably sounds like ass, but it works. I've been playing on this quite a bit. I didn't necessarily want to have this one tuned to bass 6 tuning. I wanted a guitar to do that for me. So what we need to do first is plug it in, see what tuning it's in, probably tune it, and see what it sounds like. No idea what this is trying to be tuned to. Okay, so I'm not sure what this was supposed to be tuned in. I'm assuming that it was gonna like B to B, kind of typical baritone thing. The low string, when I just started tuning things, was in G sharp, so I just kind of rolled with that. So this is now in drop G sharp. This is just the default patch on the Gojira plug-in amp sim, whatever the hell that is. This is on the bridge pickup. frets seem to feel really, really good. I haven't noticed any that are out of whack or causing any fret buzzing. Yeah, honestly, it kind of plays really well. Honestly, really, really surprised by this. I think it feels a lot better than some budget guitars that I've tried by like Epiphone and Squire and some of that stuff. And sometimes they're like shockingly more expensive than this, and they're not even made in the US anyway, so there's no justification for it. The way this thing feels, it's a gloss neck, but it doesn't really throw me off. I will probably hit it with a little bit of fine grit sandpaper or something, but it's not terrible at all. The action feels great. The stock bridge is really not terrible at all. Maybe change it, I don't know. If you were really trying to deck this thing out, obviously you could dump like a couple $100 into new electronics, new pickups, whatever. You could do locking tuners, you could do a bunch of different stuff. I think for the money though, literally less than $200 shipped to my door in like a week or less. Pretty hard to beat. I would love to get my hands on a similar like Harley Benton model or one of those G4M models. I'd love to compare them and just see if one really stands out against another one. But I will make a second video and I will convert this to the Bass 6 and we'll just play around and just see kind of what we can come up with. I think this is really, really killer for the money. If you guys are interested in this type of thing at all, I would try it out. I need to spend a little bit more time with it. I need to get used to it and see if there's any quirks or weird oddities that I come up with through that, but honestly, this thing's dope.